What are you marking again? Oh, okay.
All right, we got Jaden versus Bill in the feature here. Bill with the Mega Man sleeves. Jaden with the white sleeves, who is on the play, I believe. Bill, known locally as the Maniac. With any luck, this game will show us why. But he thinks differently. It's nice to have people like at a shop like Bill, because he's really out there. He appears to be on some sort of planeswalker enchantment brew versus vampires. The secret's out. Alright, we got ourselves nothing on turn 1 versus the vampire draw. Let's see how aggressive it is. Got a few lands in his hand. And at least he's got a 2-drop. We're curving out. I'll take an Alchemy Amoeba in red, please. Bill is very quarantine field heavy. He's got a pacifism he could bust off this turn. And they don't call him the Maniac for nothing. That's an odd choice if he picks the Gorger. There you go. Swerves at the last second to avoid hitting the tree. What do we got from the vampires? Are we going mad? Still got a discard outlet. And no doubt Jaden knows this. Yeah, this is what he does exactly. Indeed, it does have haste. It's printed on the card. That one is in English. We got another removal spell. I'm gonna wrap up the Gorger. That's the only possible. Not sure what that foreign card is in the back of his hand. Bill's a goofball. Could be anything. Take some time to ponder his possible plays. Unless that foreign card does something, he's only really got one play. Confirming that he is indeed at 12 life. He's been taking some heat. This still puts you to 8. What? That red card is something. Oh, not really. That's a Vessel of Volatility? So I guess he's all in on the Chandra next turn? Yeah, Jaden seems pretty aware of it.
Why else do you play Vessel?
Why else do you play Vessel, indeed? So we've got an attack that's going to have our opponent's life total. And Bill seems to be just casually conversing while his life total is cut in less than half. He's at 5 life. Wow. If only everyone had the calmness under pressure that Bill has. Brain's being beaten in by vampires. Vampires are at the door. And Bill's just chatting away. He had 4 life. He taps it like that for whatever reason. Casey needs 3 white this turn. Oh, he's just using all his mana anyway. So he's got 6 mana. He's got his choice of things to do. Do you resolve a quarantine field that will never be... Yeah, okay. Quarantine field that black-red cannot interact with. X does equal 2. Even Bill gets it. Even Bill will come around. Pretty efficient way to use your removal. And unlikely that you're taking 4 next turn, although Exquisite Firecraft is something that should be on his radar.
Discard a card to give him +2/-2.
Oh. Oh.
Oh crap! No, I can't do that anymore.
You can't do that anymore. You're correct. You should have responded. That would have been pretty nice. So, we know about the Olivia. There she is. That's a foil Olivia. She's fancy. So, Chandra would be pretty sweet. Silk Wrap's alright. We don't have another vessel. Alright, that's not the best way when you have a Silk Wrap in your hand to deal with an Olivia, but that'll do, and it may be more mana efficient down the line. Yeah, you can Silk Wrap that thing, can't you? And that's most likely what we're going to see. Because, happily cracks his fetch. I don't really agree with that, but no real reason to main phase it. Your opponent has phases on their turn also. Alright. Bill pressed for options. Yep. Are we seeing that Silk Wrap? Getting blasted off. And that might be a scenario where you tap your Battlefield Forge instead of your second white mana, but he's taking a point of damage either way. I hope it's not for white mana. It's not. Vessel's back. So I guess we are all in on the hope your opponent floods plan, which appears to be working pretty well for Bill. Your opponent being at such a low life total, I think you run out your 1/1 there if you're Jaden. But Fear of Chandra is real. He saw it coming. Now Bill's got red mana that doesn't hurt him for the first time this game. How's he going to use something like that? How would you use something like that if you were Bill? I mean, you got a Chandra, that's probably it, right? I don't see what the real decision is. If I was psychic, which I'm not, that's 4 mana. What are you doing with 4 mana? Okay, Starfield does cost 5. It gets us a vessel back next turn. And he's got a few creatures now to fight the good fight. And he that's a little odd. I guess putting his opponent on a removal spell plus, I don't know. Like, why wouldn't you attack with your at least one other enchantment there? But fear is a real thing. You're a 3-life. And now the aristocrats out there anyway gotta feel foolish for not running him out before. Okay. Jaden now seeing stars as Bill's board has gone from nothing to very significant with the help of Starfield and Nyx. A card which Bill has been a champion of for quite some time. Okay, this is weird. Sacrifice a 2/2 for some mana. Yep, Bill's a little confused as to how much mana spells cost, but once he figures it out, he's got a Planeswalker on the board, and that's got to feel pretty good. So short of -2ing Chandra, I think pretty much anything you can do. You can 0 her even. Why not? Or you can just kill your opponent, which seems pretty wise. Bill discerning who is or who isn't vampires. I don't want to send anything too big at him, Bill laments. Not quite sure what that means. You're almost in the if my opponent has fire temper, I'm dead situation. So you probably just want to make a 2-turn clock. So he's got 6 damage. That's 8 damage. That's an odd attack, but blocks an elemental. Okay. Those gentlemen don't have trample, I believe. There's a lot of text on that card. 11-3, I believe. Oh. The frustrating flood from the low curve vampires deck.
Yeah, no, that's been actually one of my problems. I haven't been like getting enough of both.
That's why I switched to mono. I still don't get land. She's getting rid of
All right, Bill drawing his opening hand with a few Oath of Gideons. We got Oath of Gideon, Pacifism, Silk Wrap, a decent smattering of premium white removal, and help for Chandra, I believe is the only Planeswalker. All right. We start off on the front foot again with the Falkenrath Gorger. But Bill's got a lot more removal, and if this is a mountain, yes it is, he is not going to be taking damage from his lands this game, which is a welcome relief when facing the Savannah Lions with upside. Bill concerned about the sound levels. The always the showman, Bill Bryn. Bill with one L in his name, a self-imposed 1L, a very short DCI number, and 1L in his name. All right, we're gonna get this Falkenrath Gorger. It's pretty much just how we want to. It's Silk Wrap, okay. That is the wiser decision because pacifism gets anything. Jaden with a flip card error, Falkenrath. Are we going Falkenrath Flavor Tribal? Setting aside 2 lands, it looks like it. Alright, little error of the Falkenrath that bit ya. Intending to bite Bill with a 3-power flyer. And Bill could Oath of Gideon to sort of force a flip with, which against Madness may not be wise. He is not going to do that.
Alex just lost his too.
And peace, era Falkenrath. Bill advising his opponent that he can transform it, so not all is lost. Still a sack outlet, as Bill puts it. Sacrifice being the cards from the hand, I assume. And there is what appears to be an incorrigible use there, so if that's what he wants to do, that's what he can do. Alright, Olivia being the more damage in the long run. And more flavor, she most likely being from Falkenrath, I assume. Vampires are very cagey beings. They're very tribal within themselves. But not that it matters. She gets snared up main phase style. Bill relying on the power of his goofy brew. Oh, we got another of the Vampire Sisters. Little Miss Drana. So it's either you can only cast 1 card out of his hand, or maybe 2 if he wants to use some now. And he does. Just get the damage going. We're a little late on transforming the air, I believe. Unless he discarded via the pacified air. Oh, okay. No, she figured it out. It was a slow, painful transformation for the vampire. And Bill is just trying to reduce the damage and bolster his life total. Most likely dig for a Starfield of Nyx on this board.
You hit him twice, you take 2 damage.
Bill going up against the Vampire Man. This is like when Mega Man fought Vampire Man. Bill looking to gain some vampire powers by defeating these vampires. But his opponent is wily indeed. Drana's here. If all those creatures weren't so peaceful. And that's a Silk Wrap. So who knows where Drana really is? We've got some mana. Mana to do with whatever we like. 2 red gets a 4 red nowadays. 6 mana. Most likely quarantining. They came down with a vampire sickness. They need to be quarantined. It's for your own good. Not representing the counters of quarantine. Oh, that wasn't a Silk Wrap. I didn't believe it myself. It's a myth realized. I guess that's a win condition eventually. Bill's got mana. Jaden in the unfortunate seat that aggro players often find themselves in. He's out of gas. They're just drawing cards on an empty board. And his opponent always seems to have more powerful spells than him. Even Oath of Gideon. 2 blockers. 2 tradesmen in the land of vampires. And 1-for-1 removal spells. These soldiers work in the trades. And Bill's got plenty of tokens. He can run his own feature match. Look at the guy. Plenty of organized tokens. Right? Yeah, he found one. There's got to be one in there. That is not a 3/3. It is 2 1/1s. And Bill on the long, slow road back, 1 damage at a time. $19.14. There's those fiery impulses that were so great last game. They do exist. So, Jaden with the option of attacking with a 4/3. Yep, he flips him. I'm pretty sure he could have hardcast the Incorrigible Youth, but now left without a madness outlet for those 2 fiery tempers in his hand. Bill loves chumping. Now that's apparently a 2/2. Befuddling why there is a 1 counter on that. It's just not how you represent things, people. That's a Starfield of Nyx. Off the top rope. Bill identifying the creatures he now has. Welcome to the family. Quarantine Field, Silk Wrap, Stasis Snare. You'll fit in great around here. Myth Realize even has a counter that Bill doesn't realize. Counters where they shouldn't be. No counters where they should be. That's Billy Madman for you. Jaden receiving the unfortunate end of Bill's mad genius. Bill figuring out how much damage he wants to deal. Myth Realize now a 1/1 always, with the ability to later be bigger. Probably the best utilization of Myth Realize you're going to see. Leaving back his core ally out of fear of retribution. Oath of Gideon, extremely good blocker if he can work out some sort of trade with him. That's another land. So we're in the 2 temper territory. If that land comes in, understandable frustration. from Bill's frequent answers to the vampires. Bill avoids the sickness. Stakes him through the heart.
See, now that's a big card.